And my one advice to a stranger would be to live your truth, embrace it, and make the best out of the lemons that life throws you. Yeah, so sharing my story with you. I am a known HBSS, meaning that I live with sickle cell anemia, and I'm 35 years old. What does living with sickle cell mean? It means that tomorrow is not guaranteed and nothing is sure. All my life I've known pain, I've known tears, and it's not been easy. But when I say live your truth, what do I mean? I mean that accept what life has given you and make the most out of it. I see a lot of people that are just sad and dejected, and they are just worried about what has come to them, but that will make them go far. As a young child, I was told to accept what I have been born with, and that was what my mother taught me. And today, I'm living my best life. It's not easy living with sickle cell anemia, so I want to encourage everybody that is out there. The road may be rough, but first and foremost, accept what God has given you. There is no need blaming your parents or blaming society. I see a lot of people that curse their parents. Trust me, I'm sure a lot of parents did not know, and that's why you've been born with this. But, like I'm going to say, just accept it and move ahead. How do you forge ahead? Get all the information you need to make your life a good one. Expose yourself to all the good information that is out there. Register for your clinics, go to your doctors for advice, and just generally take good care of yourself. Tell people to please know their genotype. Because if you do know your genotype, then we would have the burden of sickle cell greatly reduced. As we all know that sickle cell is inherited from both parents. So if intending couples should find out their genotype, then we can actually put a stop to the sickle cell struggle. My parents found out that I was sickle cell when I was 2 years old. So again, I'm going to encourage everybody to check the genotype of their children immediately the babies are born. As long as your baby is 6 months and upwards, you can easily check the genotype. So please, it is good to check the genotype, because if the child happens to be sickle cell, then the care can start from day one. As a child, I was living with sickle cell. For me, it was tough because I wanted to do everything my brother was doing. I wanted to play, I wanted to climb the fence, I wanted to climb the trees. And my mom would not let me, and I would cry, and I thought she didn't like me. But looking back, I now know that it's because she loved me. So sometimes you may feel that, oh, the world is against us. Why can't we do what others are doing? But it's only for your own good. So living with sickle cell, you do have to know your limits. If the doctor tells you that you can't do this, please understand that it's because it's good for you. And again, as a child, I was pampered and I was cared for by my parents because they didn't want me to fall ill and they didn't want me to be sick. And today I'm grateful for that. Because of all the care that I got, that is why I look as good as I look now, and because of the grace of God. So when you have a child with sickle cell, it is not the end of the world. For parents of warriors that are out there, please take good care of those children. Give them the best that you can. Sickle cell is not that expensive to manage. If you register them in a good hospital, a good federal hospital, you buy their routine drugs for them, and they take them as and when due, they should be fine. And if complications arise, remember to see your doctor as soon as possible. How was it like as a teenager living with sickle cell? I never hid my status. One thing I find out now is that a lot of people hide it. They don't want the next person to know that they have sickle cell. And I wonder, why is that? You didn't bring it upon yourself, so why are you ashamed of it? You shouldn't be ashamed of it. You should actually live your truth. That's why I said living your truth will make you make the best out of life that God has given you. So don't need to hide it. If you go somewhere and you fall ill, how do they know how to take care of you? There's no need hiding it. In the university, I was it. Again, I just went to school and I was doing a course that wasn't even good for me because I didn't tell my lecturers about my health. But guess what? In my second year in university, I felt very ill during my examinations and I could not take 8 papers. At that stage, I was asked to change my course. If I had told them at the beginning, I wouldn't have done that course in the first place. So I had to go back and start all over again. So when it comes to things like this, you're going to school or you're doing any course or anything, you need to let the people involved know about your health status. But in the university, it was very good for me because I wasn't falling ill. I was going for my checkup regularly. I was eating well. I was resting, and I knew my limits. So I want to ask people out there, living with one medical condition or the other, it doesn't even have to be sickle cell. It could be asthma. It could be hypertension. It could be anything. Please know your limits. A lot of us want to do more than we are able to do, just to prove a point to people that do not care. Please don't do that, because it's not going to be good for you. Coming back to dating and sickle cell, I see a lot of young ladies, they have extremely low self-esteem just because they have sickle cell. And I keep on saying, you are sickled in your blood, you are not sickled in your brain. Living with sickle cell does not make you less of a woman. Please don't sell yourself cheap to any man. Some don't even want to admit their genotype to future suitors because they feel it's going to run away. Trust me, sickle cell is the least of your problems. If the guy is going to run away, they have sickle cell. Even if any other thing happens to you, he's going to run away. So the earlier you start telling them and knowing the ones that are serious, the better for you. You don't have to sell yourself cheap. You don't have to do ridiculous things to keep a guy. The one that really likes you, despite your health, will stay with you. So when it came to dating, I was very confident, and you wouldn't even know. I even had more pride than those that didn't have sickle cell. And as you see, I didn't have a problem getting married, neither did I have a problem having children. But I'm going to say, to be honest, a lot of people approach me every day saying that I don't know how to tell that guy that I'm SS. Some even say, I don't know how to tell the guy that I'm AS, because he may be AS too. You cannot build a relationship on lies. You have to be honest, because anything can happen. And that's going to damage the relationship. So be honest. Anyone that would like you will like you. And it's easier for you guys to make the decision before you both fall deeply in love. So if you need to break the relationship, you can break the relationship. But again, there are so many things out there. There are so many resources out there for you available. And I tell everybody, make an informed decision. Do you know that they have things like prenatal diagnosis? Do you know you have pre-implantation genetic diagnosis? Do you know that you can also adopt? Do you know that you can use surrogacy? Do you know that you can use donor eggs and donor sperms? You only don't marry because of children, because those children will grow old and they will move out of the house later. So there are so many things, options you can look at. Talk to other sickle cell foundations or other sickle cell NGOs, and they can direct you to a good clinic, and they'll give you good counseling, and you can make your decision. I want to talk to the guys out there. Please, don't write a lady off because she's sickle cell. Remember, you can have a sister or a niece or anybody that would have this thing in future. Would you like if she's written off because of her health? I'm sure not. Again, talking about managing sickle cell, you need a good clinic. So I advise people, get to a good general hospital. I know it's not easy, and good medical care can be expensive. But if you get a good general hospital and you go there routinely, I mean for your regular checkups, not just when you are down, then you shouldn't have a problem. Because before you actually fall ill, your doctors will be able to catch it. So register, do all your tests as I went you, and use your drugs. When it comes to career, how is it? I know a lot of people living with sickle cell are in good, fulfilling jobs. But again, it comes to knowing your limits. I also worked for close to 8 years in paid employment, but when it got to the state that I had to leave, I resigned to do my own business. So I advise people, it's not all about money. If you make all the money and you spend it in hospital, of what uses the money? So you need to know your limits. Get a job that would be able to give you a balance, where you can rest as I went you, and when they are understanding. And if they are not understanding, you need to start looking for a second option. Maybe you start a side business, or you learn a trade, or you learn a skill. A lot of people are making good money now, and it's not just by going to work. You can even work for yourself. Remember, your health is the most important. It is only when you are alive that you can go to a job. So don't feel bad if you have to work for yourself. Don't feel bad if you have to resign. I got to a stage that I had to resign because I was seriously ill. I spent more time in the hospital than I spent at work. But look at me now, 3 years post my resignation. I'm at my best. This is the healthiest I've ever been. So don't stress yourself because of your career. You have to be able to create a balance. When it comes to living with your friends or your family or your in-laws, I know that sometimes people will never understand the pain we go through. How do you explain it? It is unexplainable. They would never understand. And sometimes people think, oh, you're playing the sickle cell card because you want pity or because you want them to do one or two things for you. I have a lot of people who tell me that their siblings have turned against them. Their parents have even abandoned them, but you cannot afford to give up hope. Just keep keeping on, because it is through keeping on that you'll be able to make something out of yourself. So I urge you today, please do not leave hope. Living with sickle cell is not the end of the world. My advice to you is that just look for a mentor, that somebody that lives with sickle cell and that is doing well, and let the person mentor you. You don't even have to know them one-on-one. It could be from Instagram, it could be from social media, it could be just somebody you've read about. Just look up to them and look at the way they live their lives. Do you know that we have somebody that is over 80 in Nigeria that is living with sickle cell anemia? Do you know that we have doctors, scientists, engineers living with sickle cell anemia? It is not the end of the world. People are living to good old age now. So please, I'm going to just beg you to always see your doctor. Yes, we have some complications attached to sickle cell anemia, and they are not so pleasant. When you're talking about leg ulcers, avascular necrosis, and so many other things. But again, that is why regular checkup is the key, so that you can pick everything before it goes. I advise you all, just live your life, enjoy your life. I love traveling, and I have been to some of amazing places in the world, and I take my daughter with me. And people wonder why I live my life like that, because life is short. Sickle cell or no sickle cell, anything can happen at any time. So while you have your life, please make the most of it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.